Web hosting is what makes a website available on the internet. A website is made of files, images, text, videos, and code. And those pieces need to live on a computer that stays connected to the internet at all times. The always online computer is called a server. When someone types your web address into a browser, the browser asks the server for your website files. The server sends them back to the visitors that sees your files. Without hosting, a website would look like a book with no library to keep it in and no way for people to check it out. WordPress hosting is a web hosting that is built specifically to run WordPress well. WordPress is one of the most popular website platforms in the world because it helps people create sites without needing to code everything from scratch. It can be used for blogs, business sites, online stores, portfolios, and more. WordPress runs on a mix of technologies that usually include a web server, a database, and a programming language called PHP. Because WordPress has specific needs, hosting companies can set up their servers in a way that makes WordPress faster, safer, and easier to manage. To understand WordPress hosting, it helps to know what WordPress is doing behind the scenes. When someone is visiting WordPress site, the site often builds the page on the spot. WordPress pulls content from a database like blog posts, product listings, and settings. Then it combines a content with a theme, which controls the design and layout. Plugins can add extra features like contact forms, online payments, calendars, or search tools. The flexibility is a big reason WordPress is popular, but also means a WordPress site can use more resources than a simple static website. Good WordPress hosting is designed to handle that workload smoothly. There are different kinds of WordPress hosting, and the main difference is how much host manages for you. Basic shared hosting is the cheapest option. With shared hosting, many websites live on the same server and shared resources. It can work fine for small sites, school projects, or new blogs, but it can slow down if your site grows or if other sites on the server get heavy traffic. Shared hosting usually puts more responsibility on you to handle updates, backups, and security settings. Some shared plans say that they support WordPress, but they are not always tuned for the best WordPress performance. A setup is WordPress-specific shared hosting, which is still shared but optimized for WordPress. These plans may include one-click WordPress installation, automatic updates, built-in caching, and help from support teams for WordPress. They often add extra security features that look for common WordPress attacks. This type of hosting can be a good balance for many people because it stays affordable while offering helpful tools. Managed WordPress hosting is a more premium option where the hosting company handles many technical tasks for you. Managed hosts often take care of WordPress core updates, daily backups, security monitoring, and performance tuning. They may also offer staging sites, which are private copies of your site where you can test changes before you make them live. Managed hosting can cost more, but it can save time, reduce stress, especially for those business owners who do not want to become website experts. It can also help prevent problems that come from missing updates or misconfigured settings. Another option is a virtual private server, often called a VPS. A VPS is like having your own slice of a server with resources set aside for you. It usually offers better speed and control than shared hosting, but requires more technical knowledge. Some people choose a VPS when they want more power, but they're not ready for a full dedicated server. For WordPress, VPS can be great if it's configured correctly, but they can be tricky if you do not know how to manage server software, security patches, and performance settings. A dedicated server is when you rent an entire physical server for your website. This is usually for larger businesses or higher traffic sites that need maximum control and power. Dedicated servers can handle heavy loads, but they cost more and require the most technical skill unless you pay for managed services on top. Many WordPress users do not need a dedicated server, but it can be useful for very large stores, big media sites, or organizations with strict security rules. Performance is one of the biggest reasons people choose WordPress hosting. Speed matters because visitors do not like waiting. If page loads slowly, people leave. Speed can also affect search rankings because search engines prefer fast sites. WordPress hosting often includes tools to make a site faster. One of the most common is caching. Caching saves ready-to-serve versions of the page so the server does not have to rebuild every page from scratch. Hosting can also include a content delivery network called a CDN, which stores copies of images and files on the server around the world. That way, a visitor downloads a file from a location closer to them, which can reduce loading time. Database performance also matters in WordPress because WordPress stores so much information in the database. A good host uses fast storage and can tune database settings so WordPress queries run quickly. Some hosts also limit or block plugins that slow down sites or cause security risk. This can feel restrictive, but it's often done to protect performance and stability. Security is another major focus of WordPress hosting. Because WordPress is so popular, attackers often target it. Most attackers are not aimed at one person, but instead scan the internet looking for known weaknesses, and most common weaknesses come from outdated WordPress versions, outdated plugins, weak passwords, or poorly coded themes. Good WordPress hosts add layers of protection. They may include firewalls, malware scanning, login protections, and automatic updates. Some hosts also isolate accounts so that if one of the sites on a server gets hacked, it is less likely to spread to other sites. Even with strong hosting, security website owners have responsibilities too. Using strong passwords and turning on two-factor authentications can make a huge difference. Keeping plugins and themes updated is also critical. It is easy to ignore updates, but updates often include fixes for security problems. Removing plugins you don't even use can reduce risk. Backups are another key part of security. If your site breaks or gets hacked, a good backup can help you restore it quickly. Backups are part of the reliability, which is another big factor in hosting. Reliability means your site stays online. Hosts usually talk about uptime, which is the percentage of time their servers are working. No host is perfect, but higher uptime generally means fewer problems for visitors. Many WordPress hosts offer automatic backups daily, sometimes even more often. It is still smart to keep your own backup plans, such as storing copies in a separate service, because backups are your safety net. Support can be the make or break difference for WordPress hosting. When something goes wrong, being able to reach someone who understands WordPress is valuable. WordPress problems can come from many places, such as plugin conflicts, theme bugs, database errors, or server settings. A support team that knows WordPress can often pinpoint the issue faster and help you to avoid common mistakes. Some managed hosts include expert support and will even help with performance checks and security cleanups. When choosing WordPress hosting, it helps to think about what kind of site you are building. A personal blog with a few visitors a day can work on a basic plan. A business site that represents your brand and brings in customers should be on a plan that offers good speed, security, and support. An online store with payments and customer data needs stronger security and reliability performance. If you expect traffic spikes, such as during a product launch or holiday sale, you might want hosting that can handle higher loads without crashing. It also helps to think about how much you want to manage yourself. Some people enjoy learning the technical side and having control. Others prefer to focus on content and let the host handle the updates, backups, and security. Managed WordPress hosting is built for that second group. It is often the simplest way to get a stable site without becoming a server expert. WordPress hosting is not just about renting space. It's about creating an environment where WordPress can run smoothly, quickly, and safely. The best hosting setup depends on your goals, your budget, and your comfort with technology. If you choose a host that supports WordPress well and you follow good habits like updates and strong passwords, you can build a site that loads fast, stays online, and earns trust. In the end, WordPress hosting is the foundation under your website, and a strong foundation makes everything else matter.